cosmetology book on page 320, 321, 323. Base control is knowing what your bases are going to do. You got it? All right. So doing base control, you're going to learn to measure. We're going to do six bases that we're going to learn. When you measure, you're going to measure from this end to that end, where the two holes are on the end.
Okay.
Got it? You're going to measure straight down the center. See, I'm not using any extra clips. Got it? Only the ones that we have. Okay, so this is going to be your section down the middle of the head. Got it? Then you're going to measure the diameter of each subsection. The first three are going to be 1 times the diameter. This is 1. Take it, comb it. Take it, twist it, and clip it. That's subsection number 1. Subsection number 2 is again how wide?
1.
1 times the diameter of the roller. You can scale it out, comb it, comb from the base so you get the ends of the base of the hair also. Twist it. You see I can see each subsection?
Yeah.
Flip it. Subsection number 3, what's the base size?
1.
You're going to measure, then you're going to scale it out. Comb it, twist it, and clip it. The next one, number 4 and 5, are going to be 1.5 times the diameter. What's the base size?
1/2.
See how clean my partings are? You're going to measure. 1, put your comb behind it. Put the holes of the comb on the comb, the holes of the roller on the comb. Pull out and scale right behind that. That's 1.5 times. You see this base is larger than this. This is 1 times the diameter, 1, 2, and 3. 4 and 5 is 1.5 times the diameter. Make sure the hair is wet. Number 1 for control, and number 2, this is a wet set. That's 1. Place the comb member, correct?
Right.
Lift the roller, place the roller on the comb and scale right behind it. Subsection number 6 is going to be 1 times the diameter. See there?
Mm-hmm.
You can leave this down because we're going to start rolling backwards. I'm going to start from 6 and work back up to 1. Number 1 is indentation. Well, number 6 is indentation. You got it?
Okay.
That's 0 degree elevation. That means you comb it down towards the floor. Place your comb in your hand. You got me? I'm not bunching this hair. You see, I'm just gathering it. Make sure the hair is wet. It'll stick to the roller. These are magnetic rollers. You roll up toward the ceiling. Indentation creates a flip. You only want the mobility of the curl. Number 5 is over-directed. Again, make sure the hair is wet. This one here, you're going to comb at 45 degrees above the center of the base. See how I'm combing it?
Mm-hmm.
Wrap the hair around. Start your roller. When you get about this far, a couple turns, stay in place and turn your roller. See how that hair is starting to stick?
Mm-hmm.
You want that hair tight on that roller. So you have a spool of thread look. Clip it, open the clip, place the clip on the scalp and inside the roller. Push. The next one is under-directed. Number 4, under-directed is combed at 90 degrees. That means the hair comes straight out of the follicle. You see there? It's coming straight out the follicle. Just pull the hair straight out the follicle. Comb it in that position. Hold it. Wrap the hair around. Roll it. Remember, a couple turns. Then make the hair catch. This is going to sit in the lower portion of his base. This is under-directed. Under-directed sits in the lower portion of his base. Over-directed sits in the upper portion of his base. You got it? Hello?
I think so.
All right. That's why I'm doing this. All right. Number 3. Number 3 is off base. Off base is combed at 45 degrees below the center of its base. That means you comb it to the edge of the ceiling behind you. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
This roller is going to sit below its partings.
Why are they all different?
Because they each creates a different volume in your hairdo. That's why you're learning them. I'm going to explain the volume in 1 second. This one is going to be half off base. Half off is again 90 degrees. So the hair comes where? Straight out the follicle. This one is going to sit half on his base, half off his base. Again, turn it till the hair catches. The hair catches, continue rolling. Clip it. scalp and roller. The base of the hair and the roller. This one here, number 1, is going to be on base. On base roller is rolled at 45 degrees above the center of its base. That means you're going to comb it to the edge of the ceiling in front of you. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
This roller here is going to sit in between its partings. See there, you can see both partings, front and back. Half off, I'm gonna place my comb here. That roller sitting half on that comb, half off that comb. You got it? Off base, when I check it, I'm gonna put my comb on your part. That roller should be sitting below the parting, just like it's doing. Under-directed, sits in the lower portion of its base. Over-directed sits in the upper portion of its base. And indentation only gives you the mobility of a curl. You got it? Has no volume. So now, number 1, which is on base, is going to create the most volume. You got it? Half off, medium volume. Off base, least. It's the least volume of all. You got it? Under-directed, reduced volume. Over-directed, exaggerated volume. It's going to make the hair swoop out first and then come back. Yeah, now some people here can come out this way and then come back. That's what that'll do. Indentation, I give you a flip. You know how women get the flips?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do. Those are indentation curls. You got it?
Okay.
So you got what each one does now?
Something like that, yeah. I
All right.
study it, but
You're going to be able to review it. All right? When you get through, you're going to call me. I'm going to check them. But I'm going to take you through it first. All right?
okay.